Sup everyone, I'm your female otaku, and I'm here to discuss how you can use anime to support the Black Lives Matter movement. I am Black and Puerto Rican, but please do not use me as your only source, as I do not represent the entire community. Watch multiple videos from those who are oppressed to truly hear our voices. To begin, I already know quite a few of you didn't even watch the video and immediately commented, "Not all cops are bad," or "all lives matter." So I'm going to show you these clips so that you can realize how ignorant you sound.
I've been seeing a lot of discussion on this app about the acronym ACAB and how it stands for all cops are bad. But no. All cops are bastards. It would be too simple to say that all cops are bad. And it's usually with this misinterpretation that the argument arises that, oh, not all cops are bad. Oh, yeah. Obviously not all cops are bad. But they are all bastards. When I say bastard, I'm taking it from the word bastardize, meaning to corrupt or debase. Cops are inherently corrupted in two ways. The first is that they are corrupted by their positions of power, that they can use their authority to inflict violence on people. The second and the most important reason on why all cops are bastards is because the very laws that they are trying to enforce are corrupt and are used to subdue different minorities and identities. So, cops can be corrupted by their power. Cops are corrupted by the laws they enforce. All cops are corrupted. All cops are bastards.
I spent a good 5 hours today writing, drafting, and editing a video talking about what's going on, and then I totally forgot that TikTok is a little racist. And so I went to post it and I accidentally used some hashtags that immediately got me shadow banned. So I'm gonna try to say the same thing that I said before, but this time without actually saying it. Okay, let's go. This. Yes, technically true, the end goal, but this phrase implies that these are all at the same level of risk, and that is not true. This was created to bring awareness to the fact that these things are explicitly at risk, and this was only created after this, meaning that this was pretty much just used to silence this. Please be kind to the people that we share the planet with.
You know what I am not understanding right now? I still don't get why people are being like, excuse me, all lives matter. Duh, silly, of course all lives matter. The problem is, in this country, some lives seem to matter more than others. You shouldn't be asking if all lives should matter. You should be asking if all lives matter the same amount. Raising up the voices of Black people or Black creators does not mean you're anti-white. I will restate it. Pro-Black does not mean anti-white. So when I say Black Lives Matter, don't respond being like, excuse me, you need to think about all lives. I am thinking about all lives, and I'm thinking about the lives that should be brought up a little more than most others because the majority has hurt them.
Great, now that you've seen those clips, let's get on to the topic. I think the easiest way by showing you how anime can support the Black Lives Matter movement is by showing you what you shouldn't do. For example, do not draw Deku or All Might holding up a Black Lives Matter sign. That doesn't do anything. That's not going to inspire someone, and there's no information on how to support the movement. Art can be incredibly moving. But this is like slapping on the Black Power fist as your profile pic and tweeting Black Lives Matter once. Here's what you can do instead. Have Deku or All Might make the Black Power fist while also giving you info on how to help. If that's too wordy for you, then write it in the caption of your post. I believe anime characters who are symbols of justice and those who fight against oppression can inspire people of all backgrounds. I love anime, and I'm sure you do too. Anime has taught us many life lessons. So you can definitely use it to make a powerful statement. You just gotta know how to do it properly. For example, do not draw Junko from Danganronpa supporting the movement. Junko's goal is to spread despair across the world, and she even succeeded for a couple of years. Have it make sense to the character. Otherwise, your message is ruined. Another thing you artists can do is sell beautiful Black art and advertise that the proceeds of the sales will go towards the Black Lives Matter movement or some other fund like a bail site. Anything that's helpful to the cause. This strategy can also work for those of you who like to stream. Live stream you playing Persona 5, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Animal Crossing, Fate Grand Order, whatever, and encourage people to donate. Do not be afraid to bother people about doing their part to help the Black community. I've noticed a lot of people say that it's uncomfortable to discuss. Good. If we were all comfortable, then there wouldn't be any protests and there certainly wouldn't be any riots. And this country was built on riots, starting with the Boston Tea Party. Okay, but say you don't stream, you can't draw, and you don't want to ask people for money because a lot of us are unemployed at the moment. Understandable. How else can you use anime to support the cause? Besides retweeting helpful links and posts, you can also make one of your own. Without stealing someone's art, go onto Google Images and find a picture of someone like All Might. Caption your post by saying, "All Might doesn't take pictures of protesters, only villains do that." Or maybe Joker has sent the calling card. Here are some phone numbers that you can text to support the Black Lives Matter movement, and such. Have it make sense with the character to make it believable. If you like to cosplay, let me start by saying do not cosplay at a protest. If your area is small and there hasn't been any violence, then you should be okay. However, the cops have been using photos and videos of protesters in order to arrest them and even kill them. Which reminds me, if you see someone getting arrested, ask for their full name and birth date in order to help bail them out. Definitely don't be like this Batman cosplayer. He was at the protests in Philly before they turned into riots. At first, when I saw the videos, I had hope. Like, yeah, of course Batman wouldn't stand for this. And look, he's there walking with us. But then his Instagram posts went viral because of the captions. He clearly wasn't there to support the movement, since there are no links to donation sites, or lists of emails and numbers you can contact, or even tips on how to be safe at these protests. Having the caption, "It's always selfie o'clock somewhere," doesn't help. It takes away from the movement, providing entertainment instead of directing our attention towards the cause. Some cosplayers, like myself, have chosen to make a post with us in cosplay, while also leaving info on how to support. Reason why I and so many other cosplayers have done this, instead of just posting the info, is so that people don't scroll past it. People want something eye-catching. And even if they don't care for the movement, I know that they most likely saw my post because it started with an appealing picture. I know TikTok has been shadow banning a bunch of Black Lives Matter posts, so cosplayers have come up with very interesting ways to spread information, as well as share TikToks by Black creators. It's up to you whether or not you think this is right. I've said my piece, but like I said at the start, just because I am Black and Puerto Rican does not mean I represent the entire Black community. Listen to more oppressed voices. While this video focused on anime, there are tons of ways you can support the movement and spread awareness. Whatever you choose to do, I have left a link in the description that leads you to multiple resources, such as protest safety, where the protests are, bail funds, donation sites, and so much more. Do not stay silent or else you are taking the side of the oppressor. It's okay if you've done any of these things and now realize that it wasn't something you should have done. We all have to learn from our mistakes. Like I said, I thought the Batman cosplayer was pretty cool, but now I realize that that wasn't the case.
I want every white person in this room who would be happy to be treated as this society in general treats our citizens, our Black citizens. If you, as a white person, would be happy to receive the same treatment that our Black citizens do in this society, please stand. You didn't understand the directions. If you white folks want to be treated the way Blacks are in this society, stand. Nobody's standing here. That says very plainly that you know what's happening. You know you don't want it for you. I want to know why you're so willing to accept it or to allow it to happen for others.
I'm your female otaku. Sayonara.